Hi Leo, here is your general reading for the month of July 2017. I don't normally do long speeches, I normally just get straight into your reading, but I just wanted to say that this month of July is going to be my 1-year anniversary of putting readings on YouTube. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has stuck with me through this first year and has continued to view my videos and my readings. A massive thank you to everybody that has subscribed. A massive thank you to everyone that likes and dislikes my readings. Also, thank you for all the comments you leave. I try my best every month to reply to everybody, but sometimes it's not always possible. But I do love the way that you all interact with each other in the comment section and how you go on to offer help and support to each other through your comments. Also, a massive thank you to everybody through the year that has booked personal readings. It is a real privilege to be asked to do your readings. It shows that you have faith and trust in what I am going to tell you through my reading. So a massive thank you for that. Now, we're just going to get into the reading now, okay? The overriding message for you this month is the lovely Four of Wands. It is a beautiful card. It is a card that can talk about marriage. Maybe for some of you, it is going to be talking about you becoming engaged or actually getting married. Maybe for some of you, it is talking about you moving in with your partner. It is, as I said, a card that can talk about celebration. Celebration between two people, either through marriage, through living together. It can as well talk about moving home in general, renovating a home, maybe buying your first home together for some of you. It is an all-round happy card, okay? The effects of the recent past, we have got the Sun card here. It is the most positive card in the tarot, and it is a major arcana. Even in the reverse position, it's still not really negative. It just talks about how maybe in the recent past, there's been a bit of a cloud. Now, maybe for some of you, if you've been trying to get enough finances in order to buy your first home, then all the saving and all the hard work and effort may have created that cloud there. For some of you, it could have been saving for your wedding. It is a positive card, the Sun card. And I don't care for the fact that it's in the reverse. It makes no difference to me. It really is just talking about, and I always use this description, if you think of that beautiful sunny day and the sun shining and you feel happy, you feel energized, you know, it's a very healing energy, the sun. But then all of a sudden a cloud comes over and it blocks that sun out. But you know eventually the cloud's going to move away. And that bright sun is going to shine again. So for whatever reason, for some of you, there may have been this cloud hanging over you. And it's going to be different for all of you, okay? But just know that it's passing. And for some of you, it may have already passed. You know, because this is the recent past. But for some of you, that cloud may still be there. Now, in your present, we do have the Two of Pentacles. Now, the two often talks about a choice or a decision. But it may be that at the moment you are juggling. You may be juggling a busy working life and juggling that in terms of your home life. For some of you, it could be that you have been juggling your finances in order to find money to get married or to buy your first home. And you may still be going through that process where you're having to juggle finances in order to get what it is you want. For some of you, that Two of Pentacles can be talking about either one of you going around in circles or going back and forth in terms of making a decision about getting married. It may be that you have proposed or your partner has proposed to you, or may well do in this month of July. And you may very well, or your partner, may be going back and forth in terms of whether to accept that proposal. It may even be in terms of living together. So it could be a choice in regards to that as well. Now, in your advice, positive, negative position, we do have the Strength card here. And this does talk more about your internal strength rather than physical strength here. It can sometimes talk about that maybe somebody, maybe your partner, is in some way trying to force some change here. Change, as I said, in terms of taking the next step, whatever that is for you in this relationship. And you may be feeling as though you want to withdraw from this. You may be feeling as though you don't have the strength at the moment to make this decision, but you do. The Strength card in the upright is indicating a need to tap into your inner strength, but also a need to use a more gentler approach maybe. Try to be calm here. Because I just feel that it's either you or your partner that may be wrestling backwards and forwards here. Now, again, in your next advice, negative or positive position, we do have the Six of Pentacles. Now, it's in its upright, and the scales are balanced here. See, this man is obviously very wealthy, and he has more than he will ever need. So he's giving to those that don't have as much, giving to those that need help. It can be generosity here. It can talk about somebody literally giving you something and not in any way expecting it to be repaid. It could be for some of you, if it is a buying a home together or it is a marriage, maybe for some of you are going to get some financial help from somebody. Maybe a friend or your parents or their parents are going to give you some financial assistance here in order for you to make this dream a reality. And maybe that's why this, as I said, this cloud has been hanging, because you've been unsure about whether you're going to be able to manifest what it is that you're wanting, home or marriage, whatever. And the Two of Pentacles could be talking more about you wrestling here with your finances, and there may be somebody comes in to save the day there. Now, the environment card we have is the Hierophant. It's number 5 in the Major Arcana. And again, it can talk about marriage. It can be the marriage card in the Major Arcana. It talks about tradition in terms of, you know, tradition within the relationship in terms of getting married. You know, we have 2 cards here that to me very much talk about marriage. And as I said, it may be that the Strength card is there to highlight that you can get through this situation. You can get what you want. But it may, as I said, mean somebody very close to you assisting you on a financial level here. Somebody almost stepping in to save the day. That's kind of how I feel. Your best path to follow, we've got the Queen of Wands here. Now, for some of you, this could be the person you're in a relationship with. If that's the case, it could be water energy, Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces. Not gender specific in these general readings. If it's not here highlighting the other person involved here, then it could very well be highlighting your energy. And the Queen of Cups is very compassionate and very caring. It talks about somebody that is very much governed by her emotions. The Queen of Cups is also very perceptive, very quick in her thinking. And she's kind of in touch with her inner voice here. She has a real sixth sense about things. Feeling is her foremost in her domain here. So it could be here to highlight how emotional you feel within this relationship and how in touch you are with your emotions in regards to this situation. But again, for some of you, it could be here to highlight the person you're involved with. Because I do feel, with the cards in front of me, that your relationship is very much... Sorry, this reading is very much talking about a relationship here. And I think, as I said, if the Queen of Cups is not the other person, then it's here to highlight how... that you have strong feelings and strong emotions here. And maybe have this instinctive feeling that the two of you are just meant to be together. Somehow, some way, this is going to work out. Now, your outcome card is the Nine of Cups, but it is in its reverse position. Now, I'm not overly worried to see it like that, because what it can talk about, it's the wish card, okay, the Nine of Cups. But what it can talk about, first of all, is that it may be that you are daydreaming here in regards to buying your home together, living together, or having this marriage. But you may not be doing enough to help manifest this. See, we all have our dreams, but sometimes we have to try to help ourselves in order to realize those dreams. We can't always just sit back on our bums expecting everything to work out the way we want it to. Sometimes we've got to give it a helping hand here. The thing as well with this Nine of Cups, there can be an element in the reverse position of gloating. Now, I'm not saying that you are doing that, but if you are in this position where you're going to buy this lovely first home together, or you're planning this wonderful wedding day together, don't allow yourself to get caught up in gloating or bragging even about what you're going to have or gain here. There may be others in your environment that maybe at the moment are not as fortunate as you. So don't allow yourself to get caught up with having a big ego here and gloating, okay? Also, with the Nine of Cups, it talks about keeping your expectations realistic. There can be an element of greed to the Nine of Cups in the reverse position. So it may be that in terms of your wedding, if this is a wedding we're talking about, you may need to be realistic about what it is you can actually afford here. Yes, you may have somebody helping and being very generous, but you still may have to make some cutbacks. Be realistic about what it is you can actually afford here in terms, because on an emotional level, how this is going to impact you on an emotional level. You may have these dreams about having this beautiful, beautiful wedding that may very well cost thousands and thousands of pounds that you both cannot afford. So be realistic there. Again, if we're talking about a home, be realistic. Be realistic about what it is you can afford. Don't allow your emotions to override here. Don't be swayed too much by your emotions with this Queen of Cups energy, that you may fall in love with this beautiful property, but all the while you're going to end up juggling finances in order to be able to afford this. Now, for these readings for this month, I've decided to use my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland, just to give further messages or clarification. Now, you got the Major Arcana, number 6, Harmony. It's a very beautiful card. You can see two people together there. Now, it's the first time I've used these cards, so I am going to, as it's the first time, read the further messages from the book. This card signifies the possibility that a deep spiritual partnership or union is taking place at this time or is manifesting for the future. This doesn't always necessarily represent a love affair of the heart, but could signify other forms of relationships in your life, whether they're personal or business related. Remember, not all partnerships have to be one-to-one. They can be forged with a group, an organization, a pet, or even an incident or situation. The Harmony card is calling to let you know that it's time for you to make choices in certain relationships. The bonds you form with others are really about you. Even in the most difficult situations, they're meant to be mirrors for you, always reflecting back what you need to see. Ask yourself, what am I learning from this relationship? What new qualities am I developing? Is this partnership for my highest good? How can I make it stronger? Are we teaching each other? What have I discovered or am still uncovering about myself through this union? Are the people in my life empowering and encouraging me to be all that I can? Within every relationship, there's an encoded lesson that you've hopefully gleaned, or in some cases, one that you still need to learn. And maybe here as well, like I said for some of you, that Two of Pentacles could be that you are wrestling here with a choice as to whether to take this relationship to the next level. It's going to be different for all of you, but I do feel that for the majority, we are talking about either a marriage here, an engagement, living together, buying a home together, some significant change here, some significant deeper commitment between you and somebody else. And if you or the other person are not wrestling with this decision, then, as I said, it could be in terms of finances and the need to be realistic there with those finances. Okay, Leo, that does conclude this reading. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.